the Jackbox Party Pack 8, the 8th of its kind and the 4th video of its kind on this channel. That's right, Internet. It's time for the in-between LEGO game ranking palette cleanser, where I choose a random Jackbox Party Pack to not only rank its games, but compare its games to other Party Packs I've covered to determine which one is the best. First I started with Party Pack 6, then 7, then back to 4, then forward to 8. Don't ask me what my methods are, it's a trade secret. Party Pack 8 is when Jackbox started to scrape the bottom of the barrel. I mean, the annual release schedule is probably hard to keep up with in regards to drumming up new game concepts. They can get away with 1, maybe 2 sequels to past games, but consistently creative and fun party games and that are original is probably a lot to ask for. And based on the mixed reviews of Party Pack 10, the most recent Party Pack at the time of this recording, it looks like Jackbox is running out of steam. But they weren't at that point yet with Party Pack 8. This video will follow the same formula as the past 3 videos. I'm going to rank the 5 games of this Party Pack from worst to best, and then rank them compared to all of the games I've covered so far on this channel. In case you forgot how the ranking system worked with all of the Jackbox games, or haven't seen the previous videos, basically, the best game out of all of them will have the maximum amount of points, with that amount of points being the amount of games currently included in the master ranking, and then each placement after that game gets 1 less point than the game ranked above it. Then, the amount of points are summed for each respective party pack, and whichever has the most points is considered the best party pack of the bunch. To recap the current master ranking, Party Pack 6 is in first place with 41 points, Party Pack 4 is in second with 40 points, and Party Pack 7 is in last with 39 points. It's a pretty close race, and interesting to see that the Party Pack 7 is in last, even though I declared Champed Up and Talking Points, both games from Party Pack 7, the 2 best games out of the 15 that are currently ranked. Goes to show that sometimes 1 or 2 games aren't enough to carry a party pack. But by the end of this video, 5 more games will be added to this master ranking and might shake things up. So, who knows? Let's find out.
I don't think Ringo got knighted.
No.
I don't think so.
He did?
Wait, what? But has the Queen seen his MS Paint artwork?
This game is a real tragedy. Its concept is fun, but its execution speaks for itself. It's just broken. Let me explain. This game utilizes where trivia intersects with RNG. This game is about answering the unanswerable questions in life by answering miscellaneous trivia questions and getting answers right, or rather, the most right.
That could be purchased from oldworldchristmas.com.
Old World.
This is making me mad.
I feel like all of these are
Therapist.
Christmas ornaments somewhere.
This might be the worst trivia question ever.
Being good at trivia will give you a bigger slice of the wheel pie that you will spin for points. The game asks a question that typically goes like, how many of the following are blank? For most of these questions, unless you are unusually versed in the niche topic that is being asked about, you probably won't get it 100% correct.
Easy.
Ooh, I'm an expert in this.
Everyone should know this.
Some answers
On
are
the
more
bus
tappable
stop.
than others.
She
Am I
doesn't
right?
catch the bus. Oh wait, I shouldn't say it.
There's
Contemplate seat choice.
It's gonna say.
I've never.
It is a great song.
Yeah, I've never had to analyze the lyrics of Rebecca Black's Friday.
Yeah, they
Oh,
differentiated.
Dang.
Oh, you shredded that, Evan.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dang, you know your geography.
It's honestly only the South American geography, if I'm being honest.
Another slice.
Yeah.
I think the one I didn't click was Paraguay.
Yeah, you gotta get the Guays.
However, if you do better than everyone else playing, then you get a slice. There are several different types of questions, but perhaps the most important is the last question before the wheel spinning portion. The question is given by the host, the sun guy, and the first person to get it correct or closest to correct will get a power slice, which will become important later. Finally, the player with the most points get 2 more bonus slices, and the players are presented with the wheel of enormous proportions, the name of the game. For how many slices you have, you can choose which parts of the wheel you can get points on. There's a point counter in the center of the wheel which accumulates after each spin. Once the players start taking turns spinning, if the spinner lands on a slice that a player has claimed, they get the points in the pot. If multiple people pick the same slice, they will split the pot accordingly. If no one has placements on a slice, the wheel will award the spinner a fixed amount of points, typically 2,000. Now, all players get a chance to spin except the person who is awarded the power slice. Instead, the person that obtained the power slice doesn't get to spin. However, after every spin, the slice that was landed on becomes owned by the player with the power slice. So any future spins until the end of the round that lands on that slice, the points will go to the power slice player. If every player spins and no one reaches a threshold level of 20,000 points, you repeat for another round. If someone reaches 20,000 points at any point, a whole other wheel will present itself where a player can spin to win the entire game. At first, the player will only have a 25% chance to win, but if they don't get it, then the chances go up for each player that reaches that threshold afterwards. If a player wins, they get the question they ask at the beginning of the game answered. Now, this answer that the Sun Guy gives you, it's just randomly selected, and it's just for giggles. Now, I love RNG.
This one is like, it's kind of BS sometimes, where it's, I think it's like, it literally says like in the menu that's like, it's chance based, partially. So
Okay, I'll prepare my heart.
RNG creates the funnest gameplay. Everyone knows it.
Anyone who knows me personally will tell you that I rely on RNG a little too much in my life, so I'm usually down for RNG in games, and I do like my trivia. But this game is like a Reese's Cup. Peanut butter is great, chocolate is great, but together, get that garbage out of my face. Sorry, Reese's fans, but it's the same idea here. Even though I like trivia and RNG separately, this is probably the worst application of both in conjunction with each other that I've ever seen. It's also the only application, so maybe this is a lesson to be learned. Honestly, the trivia part is great. I love it when it's not just one correct answer, but multiple. You know, it's really the RNG part that ruins the game. The wheel, which is the namesake of the entire thing, which is such a shame. The game punishes people for being the best at trivia because they'll be the first to get to that 20,000 point mark and will have the worst chance at winning compared to the next player. If you win, you almost feel bad, especially if someone took the fall immediately before you so that you could win.
Winner, winner.
Watch this totally wreck me.
You're gonna
Whoa.
and if I land on you, you win. But if you land on one of the skulls, we're not done yet. This could be
Good luck.
the winning spin.
No pressure.
Thanks. What do we got,
Here it
fellas?
And
Nope.
12 seconds later.
that's
Oh, that's great. Bro, I feel like
what?
I feel cheated.
yeah,
I feel so
Will
cheated!
this be the winning spin?
This definitely isn't my favorite game.
Yeah, no.
Are you kidding me?
I'm so
Wow.
sorry.
That's what you get for going first.
You almost don't want to win with this one because you might make a mortal enemy in the process. Of course, it is possible for the first person to win during the first spin, but the chances are the lowest they could be. As for overall ranking, I'm putting the wheel at the dead bottom, under Devil in the Details. At least it's satisfying to win Devil in the Details, despite my personal qualms about it. That brings the points in the master ranking to Party Pack 6 with 46 points, Party Pack 4 with 45 points, Party Pack 7 with 44 points, and Party Pack 8 with 1. Granted, this is just 1 out of 5 games, so we have a ways to go before the final scores. At the end of the day, though, I just feel bad when winning the wheel, because I most likely stepped on the heads of my friends to get to that victory. Maybe some people are into that, I don't judge, but that's definitely what got the wheel of enormous proportions in 5th place for this party pack.
Well, there you go.
Alright.
Yeah, F tier.
Yeah,
The wheel of enormous booty cheeks.
Now, don't be upset, but this one was also not on my good side. To be honest, I might even rank Weapons Drawn lower than the Wheel of Enormous Proportions if it weren't for the input of others. Weapons Drawn might be the most complicated game I've ever covered throughout all of my Jackbox videos. They even give you a slideshow on the device you're playing with before explaining the rules again in the game itself.
I read all the things, but I still don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think I've got the hang of it, but we might have to.
I'm bringing a weapon. Or something.
They know the rules are complicated, and it's really not worth the trouble at the end of it all. The premise of the game is that all players are simultaneously ace detectives and serial killers. Very convenient, by the way. At the start of the game, you have to draw two things. one being a gift and the other being a murder weapon. What makes this stick out from other drawing games though is that you have a calling card, aka a randomly generated letter of the alphabet that you must hide in your drawing somehow. The letter is always a letter in the screen name that you use for this game. You should try to hide the letter such that you can't even tell where it is in your drawing. The game gives you a prompt to draw, but really the prompt doesn't matter. You could draw anything if you want. It wouldn't really affect the game, other than if your prompt is impossible to hide your letter in. Then, after the players are done drawing, you must come up with a random name for your guest, and then players scramble to match the name of the guest to the person that gave the guest its name. If you guess wrong, the game gives you a hint to who it is and makes you wait a few seconds to try again. If you guess a guest and its creator correctly, you kill that guest. Half of the victims are examined, and the murder weapon is compared to the second drawings of all the players. And the players try to find similar letters between the murder weapon drawing and the other drawing to determine a murderer. If you're confused, me too. Anyway, those who vote for and convict a murderer get points. If a murderer isn't caught, then the murderer gets points. That repeats for another round, and then at the end of the game, the drawings that weren't specifically chosen to be examined more closely are presented in like kind of a lightning round, where people rapidly vote for who they think drew it. Throughout the game, you get no updates to scores, so the final reveal of who wins is up in the air until then. Now, like I said, I don't like this game.
There's an S in this one. We know it's Wesley.
Yeah.
That's the same S on the
There's
guitar.
an E right there.
It's the same S on the guitar. I see it.
All right, how am I gonna hide that? What am I supposed to do with that?
I think there's an M in the pineapple. But
No, there's
Matt.
No, there's not. I think, I hate my name.
The main issue is the metagaming of it all. For those unfamiliar with the term, I mean there's a very specific way you can play this game and have an easier time winning. Take a look at this. These were our names for the first game we played. And here are our names for game 2. We all renamed ourselves with letters that would be easier to work with, like I and X and T.
We got some very creative names here.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hate that.
Hey, who took my name?
Gibalbia looks.
Yeah.
In the first game, my letter was M, which was impossible to use naturally.
So who is it?
I can't. I don't know what the whole magnifying glass thing is about, but I think it's Matt.
Okay.
Are we sure?
I mean, I see two M's.
Yeah.
I should have gone rogue and just not have drawn a guitar and a cursed doll like they asked me to, but once it became apparent that it's notably easier to work with some letters rather than others, it was game over in regards to the honor system.
What? No way.
What?
What?
Hey.
It's a big T? That's so easy.
That.
No way.
That is hacks.
But honestly, I don't blame them. They're all just trying to get an insanely easy letter to work with, and it evidently worked. But the fact that it's that easy to metagame really grinds my gears, and that's why I'm placing weapons drawn under Dictionarium but above Survive the Internet. It's clear that weapons drawn through its complexity was supposed to be the steak of Party Pack 8, with all the others being, you know, the mashed potatoes and veggies. But there are better steakhouses out there, people. This steak is raw, as if they just let a living, breathing cow out of the kitchen and onto your table. Like, I appreciate the effort put into getting a whole cow to be at my table, but this is far from what I had in mind. This isn't even the only drawing game of this party pack, so play the other one, which I'll get to. The points now stand at 51 points for Party Pack 6, 49 points for Party Pack 4, 47 points for Party Pack 7, and a whopping 6 points for Party Pack 8. Not a great start for old Party Pack 8.
I don't think we understand this game.
I'll be robot guy.
Someone. No, you took that one. God damn it.
Do you want robot guy?
No. I've got another one.
Oh, was that Nabbit from the Super Mario Bros. Series?
I remember playing Job a long time ago, thinking it was just okay. Coming back to it after a while though, I realized that I didn't give Job the time of day it deserves. You are applying for a job in Job and you must rearrange words the best to get that job. If you've played Ransom Notes, then you're not too far off. In Ransom Notes, you take a random pile of magnets to construct your answer to prompts with. In Job, you start the game with players answering 2 prompts using at least 5 words. Then players are given 2 more prompts, except this time the prompts are related to interviews and corporate jobs. The types of questions you could expect in an interview, except a tad more scuffed. Also, you can't type your answer like you did the first 2 questions. No, you must use a word bank given to you containing random phrases from answers to the prompts the other players made for the first 2 questions. You must construct your answer using the word bank or any words that you see on the screen, including words within the prompt itself. This detail is often forgotten about, but it does wonders to make your answer make a little more sense in context with the prompt.
Keeps making a big fuss about her work anniversary. What do you do?
Then, those with answers to the same prompt are presented Quiplash style, with the rest of the players voting for their favorites. When a player's answer is declared the winner, people whose words were used to construct the answer also get points. When all players vote for the same answer, there's a synergy, which is this game's version of a Quiplash. It took us way too long to figure that out. There are 2 rounds, like I just described, and a final round where it's fill in the blank answers. Then, whoever wins the game gets the job in Job, with their highest score being the starting salary. Overall, I really enjoy this game, partially due to how much I like Ransom Notes. A few things to note though, after the first round, when we finally understood the game, we loaded our typed answers with a bunch of buzzwords to get better answers down the line. While this is good, it led to us having a lot of nouns and verbs to work with, but little in the terms of words in our language that don't apply to nouns and verbs. You know, adjectives, adverbs, all that. It really led to some caveman-esque answers, but I feel like that's kind of the point. You also get points if someone randomly uses your punctuation, which is funny but broken.
Tell me Wesley gets 400 points for a period.
I better.
If you play multiple games in a row, words from past games roll over into the current game, which is always fun. By the end of our second game though, the word bank was almost overwhelmingly large, so who knows how big the word bank can get from even more consecutive games.
Wait, so words roll over in the last game?
I'm thinking maybe, I've definitely seen some repeat words.
I think dingus was lowercase last time.
I think someone combined dingus and gaming, and now it's just a phrase of
The AI recognizes Dingus Gaming.
Oh, that was me. Dingus Gaming.
Yeah, now we've formed the thought into Dingus Gaming in part 2.
And money on Dingus Gaming.
You take up half your time just sorting through words you want to use and end up with little time to actually construct the answer. I'd place Job under Quiplash 3 but above Jokeboat. Job is basically Quiplash with a word bank. Also, the UI for Job is very finicky, and there have been moments where people's answers were sabotaged due to last second jitters made by the user interface. That brings the points to 54 for Party Pack 6, 52 for Party Pack 4, 50 points for Party Pack 7, and 15 points for Party Pack 8. Overall, Job gets a thumbs up for me. Perfect representation of corporate life, for those that are wondering.
Jeez.
Violent.
Yes.
Who is adding the violent prompts? Because
We're
some of
gonna
these
find
are
out.
insane.
Holy crap. That's rough. Someone name a character, any character.
Tahu, the Bionicle.
Tahu the Bionicle? Oh crap. Hopefully this is
My
to
heart,
your
it's a
liking,
low
Oh,
tag.
it kind of got some
Whoa,
perspective.
it's a Tahu.
Oh!
I haven't covered Drawful on this channel since it wasn't present in any of the party packs that I've ranked so far, but long story short, it's one of the classics. The way I see it, Quiplash is the classic word game of Jackbox, Drawful is its drawing counterpart. All drawing related Jackbox games kind of use Drawful as a template and then put a more drastic spin on it. So it's kind of a shame that I'm presenting its spin-off to you before the standard version, but it is what it is. And honestly, I kind of like this one better. Allow me to explain the rules of Drawful for those unaware. Players are all presented with a prompt that they must portray in their drawing. I cannot express to you how out of pocket some of these prompts are. Sometimes they're normal, but other times they are the most bizarre ordering of words you've ever seen. Abstract concepts, unreasonable scenarios, that really you have to experience it yourself.
Is it major attitude?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to like get a guy
Seems
who's like
so easy.
judging something, but like
How do you draw major attitude?
I need to stop voting for the movie references because they aren't doing that. They're just going insane. They
Except-
just
I'm gonna
they
say
just did
like,
a bunch of mushrooms and just wrote phrases.
Nice.
Hockey on stew?
After all players finish their drawings, they are presented one at a time, and for each round, the players that aren't the artist of the drawing in question must write down a believable prompt for the drawing. Then those players vote for what they believe is the correct prompt. If a player fools their peers with their fake prompt, they get points, while the one who got duped gets none.
No.
That's right, Evan. Payback.
I didn't think anyone
anyone's
would
gonna
come
get
up
it.
with Mouseian Impossible.
And obviously, choosing the right prompt nets points for both the player and the artist. Everyone gets one opportunity to double down on their guess if they're sure that it's the correct answer. However, if you're wrong, you forfeit your double down for the rest of the round.
I was Mrs. Doubtfired by my dad.
No idea what it could be.
I'm gonna be really angry if it's Mrs. Doubtfire.
12 seconds later.
That's unreal that that's the answer.
It should be noted that the prompts have no rules in regards to punctuation or capitalization. We tried to match the type of writing style of the prompts perfectly to, fool others, but we were thwarted by the game every time.
Got it.
Okay, so I thought that one would not be it because it had the exclamation point. None of the other ones have had any sort of punctuation.
Well, I guess the record's been corrected.
The rules of the game are the same for both regular Drawful and Drawful Animate. What sets Drawful Animate apart, if you couldn't tell by the name, is that it's animated. Instead of one drawing, you make a second frame to make your art come alive, so to speak. It's nice that when you're drawing your second frame, the first frame is displayed faded so you can easily line up your second frame. And honestly, the addition of a second frame to make it look animated really elevates Drawful to a new level. Personally, I like Drawful, but it's by no means my favorite of all Jackbox games. But Drawful Animate gives the game a bit more personality, I guess. And I'll always opt to play this one over the regular Drawful. The only issue I really have with the game is that it's not very clear what the first frame is, and sometimes knowing what the first frame is really crucial to understanding what the artist is trying to convey or how you should trick others. The prompts, though, I must say, seem to be way better in Drawful Animate than what I remember from previous Drawful installments, probably because they need to up the ante.
We don't like
Oh
this guy.
no!
yes.
Crap. Is it the no Todd
It
policy?
is.
What?
What?
How do you do that?
I thought that was a typo by someone.
But overall, this game is really good for smaller groups. The limit is 10, but I feel like the game might be too long with that many people, and you'd be doing more typing than drawing at that point. 5 to 6 is a good Goldilocks zone for this game. But good news for Party Pack 8, Drawful Animate jumps up in the rankings quite a bit. As of this segment, which will be outdated by the next segment in a few seconds, Drawful Animate is the 5th best Jackbox game of all time, which isn't terrible, given how Party Pack 8 has been sizing up compared to the other Party Packs thus far. The points are 55 for Party Pack 6, 53 for Party Pack 4, 52 for Party Pack 7, and 30 for Party Pack 8. There's one more chance for this Party Pack to boost up that score, so let's talk about the best game of Party Pack 8.
Let's pull a dub for Dingus Gaming here.
I'll just say it. I didn't take Pull Mine for number 1 material. Not to say I don't like it. I clearly enjoy this one the most out of any of the games in this pack since, it's at the top. It's just that this game doesn't seem like the main draw. For example, in Party Pack 4, Monster Seeking Monster was the most fleshed out game by far, and it was also number 1 in my ranking. I did a separate quick ranking for each of the 16 monsters in that game. Jackbox did not need to go all out for that, but they did. If Party Pack 4 was a meal, I'm going to go back to the steak analogy I did in Weapons Drawn. Monster Seeking Monster was clearly the steak, while the rest were the sides. You know, the mashed potatoes and the veggies. In Party Pack 7, we see the same thing. The number 1 ranked game of the pack, Champed Up, exuded main course energy, with it clearly having the most work put into it. For Party Pack 8, though, Pull Mine isn't all that complicated compared to the rest. In my opinion, the game that would be the steak is Weapons Drawn, since it seems like that game had the most going on rules-wise. And we all know what kind of steak that is. Pull Mine definitely gives off mashed potato energy, but it's like life-changing mashed potatoes, the type that makes you feel like you'll never eat mashed potatoes of the same quality ever again. Weapons Drawn is like, you know, Walmart steak. Nothing against Walmart, but we know their store brand has a reputation. I'll just leave it at that. Also, I don't blame Pull Mine at all for outdoing this Party Pack steak. The quality of the games on average for this pack are just lacking, but Pull Mine is a good one for sure. Pull Mine is a game about ranking your personal preference over a weirdly specific topic and then guessing which things that pertains to said topic was the most voted for by all players. This is a team-based game, and teams can be configured in any specific way, so you can do a 1v9 if you want. The game, as I said, will give you random categories, and their complexity can range anywhere from best items to bring on an airplane to best joke to shout when busting in on the person who tried to murder you.
Okay, we're done here.
These were all like I feel like the 5 I picked were all like number 1 material.
Rank from least popular
I agree with you.
to most popular.
All players rank a certain number of the options, and the game will tally which options were the most chosen by players. The game takes place over 3 rounds. Teams will take turns guessing specific placements of items on the list for the category of that round. The first round, the players guess the top 3. You know, nothing too crazy. In round 2, you have to guess the second, third, and fourth most chosen items, but not the first. The third round gets a little crazy in comparison to the first 2, but I want to explain the point system for this game. Each team gets a torch for every correct choice in a round. If you're wrong, though, you get a torch deducted.
I had a tasty snack.
Dingus Gaming would never waste a torch.
No.
Dang it! We would get rid of one though.
Now, for the third round, you have to rank the choices from least voted to most voted. It's kinda rare to actually get to the most voted choice before a team runs out of torches. When that happens, the other team would have to choose one more time, and if they're correct, the game ends with the winning team leaving. If the winning team gets it wrong, the game continues as normal until it happens again. Or if there's a tie, both teams win.
Sorry if I'm overreacting, but this has been incredible.
Oh, we win.
We all win.
Do you see that?
Dingus
Our outlet?
Gaming and Rock and Stone are officially friends.
Allies.
We made it.
That was amazing.
I think we won with the same number of torches too.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
peace
we
was an
tied.
option.
It was great how we were down and then we brought it back. That was actually thrilling.
Yeah, we got the true ending right there.
And before you ask, running out the clock will deduct a torch. We tried.
Can we just skip this one then? We've got 2 torches. We could just...
Yeah, but
You
if
can still lose torches though by being.
If we
loser.
don't answer.
If we don't answer, we don't lose any torches.
You can give it a go, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna lose.
We didn't lose any torches last time, Devin, didn't we?
No, we did not.
Yeah, I say...
Let's
I
test
say-
this theory out.
Let's test this theory out.
See if we can find an OP strategy.
I'm okay.
All right,
I'm okay
you
with
dirty rats.
You're not gonna give us any information?
Huh?
No information.
All
0.
right. I'm gonna start freaking lying. You can suck it.
Yeah, let's
You miss 100% of the doors you don't choose.
Well, we save 100%. No, they didn't!
We did.
Wrecked.
Nice.
Dingus Gaming for the win.
Anyway.
I think this game would be better in person as opposed to over screen share because teams can huddle up and keep their discussions private. We had to discuss with the other team hearing our thought process. We could play with teams and separate voice chats, but that seems like a little lame. not be able to talk with friends on the opposing team about, off-topic things. And constantly switching from separate voice channels to the same voice channel would be too much trouble for what it's worth. I also don't like how the person making the choices switches players every round. There's been several times we accidentally failed to pick one because we forgot it wasn't the same guy submitting a selection.
I think Cigarette Diner is... Furthest from Home Bar, I have a feeling everyone put that as number 1.
5 seconds.
But go Cigarette Diner, I would say.
Cigarette Diner?
Yeah.
I can't. It's not me choosing.
Oh shit. No! I didn't know it was me. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's terrible.
Also, we could not quite understand the weighting of our choices when guessing. It's hard to explain, but it felt like sometimes the number 1 option determined by the game shouldn't have been.
No one picked romance, right?
Nah.
I didn't choose romance.
Good. Correct.
I'm gonna go with tragic plot twist. I think multiple people picked it, right?
That's got to be it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Number 1, though?
Yeah,
I
that's
know, right?
surprising.
Oh.
Alright, someone's lying about the not choosing tragic plot twist. Yeah, I'm thinking bad, because people choose bad DJ, but I feel like only I put it as my number 1. So I feel like averaging out, it could be 2.
I think it's worth going for bad DJ. Yeah.
Sick.
No! My bad.
Just from hearing what everyone picked, sometimes the rankings are questionable. Like maybe a choice only one person picked would be in the top 3, that kind of thing.
Go for it.
Go.
No!
What the heck?
No!
Wait, that is not right.
What?
Are people lying? Who's lying?
I'm not lying at all.
Those are small nitpicks though, and don't really take away from the overall game experience. But when compared to the top games of other party packs, it falls short. It's a real shame too, but I wish there was just a little more to this game. I'm placing Pole Mine just over Drawful Anime in the master ranking. I'll reveal the overall points in the outro, dramatic effect and all that. But Pole Mine is still a good one, and the best of Party Pack 8, even though it sounds like I'm coping on its behalf. So there you have it. If you couldn't tell by now, I wasn't really much of a fan of this party pack when compared to others that I've looked at. Yeah, Pole Mine and Drawful Anime are good, but not in the big leagues. Almost, but not quite. And that brings me to the final point ranking of the 4 party packs to determine the best of the bunch. Get that drum roll going, let's announce that winner. We have, in first place, Party Pack 6 with 56 points. Party Pack 4 and 7 are tied with 54 points, and Party Pack 8 lags behind with 46. As you can see, the point system accurately represents my feelings about these party packs. 4, 6, and 7 are on the same level, with 1 edging out based on personal preference, mostly. And then there's Party Pack 8 over there, just existing. I'd like to thank my friends that helped me rank these games. We had to split up recording sessions. There were some cast changes in between, but the general consensus was found with all the games. As for the future, I have some things planned, and all I'll say is that for the first time on this channel, I'm returning to a LEGO game IP that I've covered in the past, which narrows it down to these, by the way. But for now, just make a guess, perhaps bet on it if you're of legal age to gamble, and I'll see you guys later.